just doing a quick video about vertical brackets. Phanteks one that you normally get, just thin piece of metal there, not particularly strong. Everything rests upon these two holes here, holding everything in place, and obviously the framework of your GPU being strong enough in that as well. There's a Cooler Master, I think there's a version 1, version 2, and this one, you got a Easy DIY. This one comes with a Gen 4 riser. With this one, it sticks out further away from your motherboard, which is quite handy for some builds, and also you can adjust how far away it sits. It's a little bit scratched because of how many times I've had that GPU in and out of there, but you can't see it obviously when everything's in. It's very sturdy. Once this is all screwed off and that, it's really sturdy. The good thing about it is, depending on your case and your GPU length, you can adjust how far the GPU is going that way for your cable management coming this way. With the big heavy cards, everything tends to be right at the back anyway, just because it's stronger, and most of your cards are reaching way over here anyway. The BIOSes have probably been updated on most motherboards now, but I know there was a problem ages ago where people were putting risers onto the machines and then complaining that they couldn't actually get a GPU to register and everything. What you have to do there was to go into your BIOS, and in the PCI settings you had to change it from, I think it was usually on auto, and change it to either Gen 3 if it was a Gen 3 riser, or Gen 4 if it was a Gen 4, then save it and reboot the PC and it would recognise the GPU. There was a lot of issues for people a good while ago where, like I say, it just wasn't recognising the riser and the GPU attached to it, and that was the way to get around that. But yeah, for anybody who's interested, that is what it actually looks like. The Cooler Master one is very similar, but I think it's a bit shorter. I think it comes down at an angle. I would say it's equally as good as this. The only reason why I went for this one was the fact that it was just longer and it just had more support on it. But I think the Cooler Master one is probably going to be is equal. And I think that Cooler Master one, I think it sticks out a bit further as well. So again, ideal for if you've got, say, like this one here, chunky AIO pumps, comes in handy. And I remember people ask about this. My AIO CPU works kind of like a standard one. It takes the temperature from the CPU, and I've altered it to go up in different stages as to how I want the CPU to be cooled. Now, all the other fans run as slow as possible because there's no need for them to do anything, so the system is basically silent, and they only ramp up when the GPU gets warmer, and that is done by this. Not all motherboards have this, but this is a temp sensor. I've got two of them on here, but I only use one. So this basically comes off. I took it into the fin stack on the GPU, and as the GPU gets warmer, this tells my fans that basically I'm playing games and you need to work more. So depending on which game it is and how hot the GPU gets, the faster these will spin. So the main one, which is the one which I based most things on, which is Cyberpunk, because it pushes the GPU to as high as it can basically go. So if I'm playing Cyberpunk, it will heat up faster, and these will start to spin faster. But I have them, all my PCs for a good few years now, I have them all finely tuned where even at the most demanding game, at a foot away from the machine, it doesn't go over 40 dB. So all the temps are good, and it's quiet, really quiet, considering what it's doing. But yeah, that's how I take my thing. So that goes into there, and then on the settings I use where it takes its temperature from to control all these other fans is sensor 1. So that'll feed more cold air, they feed more cold air, and the rear ones start taking the air out, the warm air out faster. So that's how I do that for people who've been asking. That's it. It's a bit boring, I'm afraid. There's not a lot going on. For anybody who's wondering why that's there and why it's not kind of in the middle or these further back, the only downside with this one is the fact that it sticks down at the bottom a bit, so you can't push these fans right up underneath it. So this is why I'm having to put this one here and have them further there. On the plus side, I did get in touch with Phanteks because I wanted one for there, And because I've only using 3 fans, because the 4 seems overkill to me, I wanted one for the bottom, one for the top, and so they sent me 2 more of these. It's very nice of them. So I have a spare one now. I only asked for 1 and sent me 2. Can't knock that. Yeah, that's it. Like I say, there's nothing much going on games wise. For people who've been following it, it's pretty terrible, even for people with high-end machines. The ports that they're doing, disastrous. Everything kind of rests on Starfield. That'll be the one which I'm kind of looking forward to. But at the moment, just going back over all the older games, it's actually run decently. These new ones, it's just ridiculous, the kind of state they're getting released in. But we've still got the Cyberpunk DLC to look forward to, Starfield hopefully. After that, I don't know if there's much else I'm excited about this year, which is a bit unfortunate. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for now. Bye.